Okay, today is stretch and strength yoga. We are working on the theme of non-stealing for the week this week. So we're working through the yama and the niyama, and we're up to non-stealing. So for today's practice, we're going to keep it real simple. We are going to try and make a promise to ourselves not to let our mind steal from the whole body experience. So come on down to your back. Land in the room. So let your mind start to land on your mat in this space. So when we think about having an experience on our mat, if our mind is pulling us away into thoughts about things that have already happened, or if we're running away in the to-do list or things we've yet to get done, we're stealing from our present moment experience. So we're just going to lay on the mat, feel our back on the ground, feel the back of our head on the ground, begin to connect with our breath coming in a little more slowly. We're going to make a little promise, a little vow to ourselves not to let our mind steal from our experience on the mat today. Steal from present moment. And it's not that we make this vow so we can beat ourselves up and so that we can feel like we're failing ourselves when we do inevitably get distracted. It's just that we're making a little promise to ourselves to pay attention to our mind today. We're going to notice a little more quickly when we've run off, and we're going to try and draw it back to having a full present moment experience on our mat. So we're going to bring our attention to the palms of our hands. Think about softness in the palms of our hands. And to make this little promise a little more solidified in our experience, we're going to say to ourselves, I am here now. And we're going to play with our hands. So we're going to take our index finger and our thumb. We're going to tap it together. We're going to say I. We're going to take our middle finger together to our thumb. Am. Ring finger, here, little finger, now. So run through, tapping lightly, I am here now. Going nice and slow and just giving a little tap, really finding sensation in the between the finger and the thumb. Drawing yourself in to this focus, completely into your hands, to this moment, to feeling and experiencing right now. I am here now. See if you can start to slow it down. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Take your feet up towards the ceiling. Move your feet, wiggle your toes. Start to just experience your legs. I work a lot on the legs today. So start to feel the back of the legs, maybe pedaling out the feet. Pedaling out the legs, sorry. Starting to feel the back of our legs. Notice what is present. Maybe starting to pedal your feet more towards the wall than the ceiling, starting to engage the core a little. And then both feet down, knees up. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Try and get that leg really strong. Really activate the leg, pulling the knee up towards the shoulder. So we're going to pull it up and then press the foot away. Pull up, press the foot away. Really trying to connect with some muscles in the leg. And really trying to stabilize the hips in the ground. So we're really moving in the leg and not anywhere else. Trying to keep nice and stable in the hips, trying to feel the muscles of our leg. And then bring the right foot down. Left knee comes in towards the left shoulder. Pull it up, push it away. Find the muscles of the leg. See how many muscles in the leg you can find. And then plant the left foot down, and we're going to start to work with the backs of the legs and the glutes. So we're going to fire up, leaving the rib cage down. Pull the hips up and hold with as many muscles as you can find in the back of the legs, the glutes, and then engage the stomach. See if you can squeeze the tops of your thighs. Hold. If you feel super stable here, maybe lifting right leg up. See if you can stay stable, holding. Slowly lower and switch. Hold. See how many muscles you can find in your legs. See if you're stealing strength from somewhere else in your body. Check on your neck. Check on your shoulders. Lower. Lower the hips. Take a little side sway of the knees. Take the feet a little bit further away from the glutes. Fire up the legs first. Rib cage remains on the ground. And then lift the hips. Notice how it's slightly different with your feet further away. Engage. See if you can lift the right leg. See if you can lift the left. And then lower the hips. Take your feet a little bit further away. Really plant the heels into the ground. Fire up the backs of the legs. See if you can lift the hips. Breathe. See if you can lift right heel up. Lower. See if you can lift left heel up. Lower, cramping. Lower your hips down. Take a side sway of the legs. You got a cramp in the back of my right leg. All right, bring your knees in. A little hug. Roll on over to a side, and we're going to go to tabletop. Move and breathe in your tabletop. So much sage on my butt.
I wonder how that felt there.
Inhale, tabletop. Exhale towards child's. Move with your breath. Try tucking the toes, starting to feel the legs. And then bring it on up to tabletop. Take the right leg out even with the hip. Watch for stealing from some other place in the body. Pull yourself up out of the ground. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders, sinking into the low back. Right leg is really, really strong. And we're going to take the left hand up, balance and breathe. We're going to tuck the toes of the left foot, challenge. See if you can pull yourself up and hover with the knee on the left leg. See if you can do it. I can't do it today. Did you get it? So if you can't get it, place the left hand down. See if you can hover with both hands down. So lift up, keeping the right leg active. Lift up, hover. It's not easy. Huh?
How long do I have to hover for? It'll be like a split second hover?
Yeah, sure. lift and hover, lower, lift and hover, and lower.
I'm going to do it more than once.
Lower the right leg down. We're playing. Lower the right leg down, left leg out, even, hold. Nice and strong. Right, left leg is very, very, very strong. Tuck the toes of the right leg. Right arm out.
Oh, I can do it on this leg.
See if you can play. Lift and hover. I can't do it today.
I think I was trying in a weird way before.
Yeah, lift and hover.
I can do it on this leg.
See if you can hold. And then lower it back down. Child's pose. Reset. This time we're going to come forward. Hover the knees first. So lift up.
Both arms.
Hover. Lift both. Okay, sure. Hover the knees first. Then take the right leg out. Then see if you can lift and hover left arm. And then we're going to see if we can go to a floating down dog with one leg up, one arm up. And then slowly come back. Lower down. Tabletop.
I don't know what I did, but it wasn't anything like that.
Child's pose. Reset. Back. Tuck the toes. Hover the knees. Lift the left leg. Hover the right arm. See if you can send it back to a floating three-legged dog. One arm up, one leg up. Two-legged dog, I guess. I don't know what's going on. See if you can slowly come back to a floating tabletop. Lower both legs. And child's pose.
What's going on?
So take a child's pose, find your breath, and then lower all the way down to crocodile pose.
Good. That's a pose I could do.
So take a shimmy of the hips, find your breath, and ask yourself how many times you left your present moment experience from that little challenge pose we just did. So maybe you stole from yourself by judging yourself and getting frustrated. Maybe it was easy for you to stay on the mat and have some fun because you were doing something challenging. Just notice, check in. No right answers, just inquiries to our own experience. And then we'll move and breathe, strengthening the back muscles. So hands for balance, lifting the shoulders, inhale up, and exhale lower, starting to fire up all the muscles of the back. So trying to find upper, lower, mid-back, glutes, backs of the legs. Move with your breath. Hands can lift and hover. Feet can pull up and hover. And then bring it back down to crocodile. Shimmy the hips, let go. Slowly make your way back through child's to tabletop. And this time in tabletop, we're going to try going for the leg. So bringing your right leg up, bend the knee. Nice and engaged, so not buckling in the shoulders. Pull up out of the ground. See if you can reach back for that right foot with your left hand. If you catch it, press the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Breathe and balance. Watch for stealing in this shoulder, so pull up. It's nice and strong in your right shoulder. Breathe. Slowly release the foot if you have it.
Let go. Bring it back down. Reset. Left leg up. Strong through the left shoulder. Pulling up out of the ground. Bend the knees. See if you can catch the foot. And breathe. Slowly release the foot. Extend and lower. We're going to take the right leg out, lower the toes, press through the heel. You can take this static, holding, or press and move, feeling the back of the leg, feeling the foot. Press through the back of the right leg, nice and strong. Begin to fire up the chest. Pull yourself up out of the ground with your chest and shoulders. Breathe. Lift and hover left knee. Lower. Return the right knee to tabletop. Left leg out, lower the toes, press through the heel. Static or move it. Your choice, yogi's choice. And then get really strong through the back of the leg. Fire up the chest and shoulders. Lift and hover. Right leg, right knee. Breathe. Slowly lower. Return the left leg to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Down dog.
Kaylee only came for meditation today. She tried to talk us into Nidra. So warm up your down dog shape in whatever way feels right to you. Moving the hips side to side, bending the knees, paddling it out. Moving the arms, feeling the shoulders. Whatever way feels right for you. Make this your practice, your experience on the mat. Now we're going to try and not move arms and shoulders. So get really strong in the arms and shoulders. We're going to bend the left knee a little bit. Trying not to move the hips, we're going to slowly lift the right heel towards the ceiling. Press the heel away from you. So fire up the back of the leg really, 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 really strong. Bring the bent knee, bend the right knee, bring the bent knee towards the right elbow, nice and slow as you can. Bring it forward and hover. And then slowly back to three-legged dog. Bring it forward, nice and slow, hover, leg engaged, shoulders engaged, chest engaged, breathe. And then all the way back. And then step through. For low lunge, grab your blocks. So step through for low lunge. And we're going to move through our legs. So we're going to be opening up our legs a lot today. Looking for back of the legs opening. So really have an experience through the back of your legs. So we're going to breathe in as we bend forward. Exhale as we pull both legs towards straight. But move. Have your own experience in your own muscles. Feel your legs. Move with your breath. Come forward, low lunge, both legs strong. Breathe. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Make sure this back knee is nice and comfortable, not too much weight on it. You might want to wiggle the front foot a little further forward.
We're going to lift up our torso. Try and fire up the front of this left hip. Pull us up. We're going to move and breathe here a little bit. So, things to be mindful of. Watch for that back knee. Maybe place something in underneath it. Press the top of the back foot down into the ground. Make sure that you're nice and comfortable in the knee and all of the joint spaces. We're going to inhale, reach forward and up. And then exhale, bring the torso down. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, down. Try to keep both legs down, engaged.
I have no balance today.
And then we're going to send the hips backwards towards the back knee. Peel up the toes of the front leg. So find your own experience in the back of this leg. One of the things about non-stealing is we can focus on a muscle group and then focus on if we're stealing an experience in another body part. So perhaps to open up the back of this leg, you feel you need to pull forward and find more in the back of the leg, but you might be stealing some safety or some comfort from your low back or your hip in doing so. So rather than pulling forward, find the back of your leg and experiment with pulling. So leaving your heel where it is, but feeling like you're pulling your heel back towards the hip, firing up the muscles. See if you find a little more in the back of the leg. See if you feel like you're pushing the heel away from you. Have an experience. Find the back of your own leg. Find where you hold your own tension. And you can even place the block down and put your foot up. So still not compromising the back, finding the back of your leg. And then slowly, wherever you're at, come forward, low lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, low lunge. And then all the way up. Inhale as you come up, high lunge. Hands can come to hips or prayer or out even with the shoulders. We're going to bring the weight over the front leg. So longer in the torso. Really try to feel like you're engaging from the back heel all the way to the shoulders. Nice and strong. We're going to slowly peel the back heel further away towards the ground and then pull it up. Small movement, trying to feel both legs engaged. So you may need to adjust your stance a little closer together to help you feel balanced. Small movement, feel your legs. See how many muscles you can find in your legs. Teeny tiny movement. And then we're going to step the back foot forward a little, come to pyramid pose. So find about...
I have no balance today.
Find a comfortable position for both legs. Pyramid pose, again, looking for that non-stealing. So we're going to find the back of the right leg without compromising any other part of our body. Find the position where you feel like you're finding the back of your right leg. Maybe you can peel up the toes, challenge your balance. Watch for locking the right knee. Breathe. Then slowly bend the front leg. We're going to pop up the back and come to a warrior three. Get nice and long. Engage the left leg. Slowly back, high lunge. Frame out the front foot. Right foot meets left, high plank, and then down dog. Breathe.
Find yourself on your mat. Find your breath. Maybe give your head a little shake. Let go of what's ready to be let go of. Strong in the arms and shoulders. Don't let them move. Don't let the hips move. Little bend in the right knee. Slow lift of the left leg high. And then we're going to bend the knee and slow pull that knee towards the left elbow. Slow, 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 slow. Engaged, controlled movement. And then all the way back as slow as you can go. Trying to feel the movement, trying to find the muscles that make the movement happen, moving slow. Noticing that it's harder to go slow. When we move fast, we build up momentum. It's a lot easier to steal the experience from ourselves. And then step through low lunge. Find your movement, inhaling forward. Exhaling, sending the legs towards straight. Finding what is present in your legs. Moving with your breath.
You're stealing the experience of a Monday morning knee from me.
It's Tuesday.
Isn't it?
It's Tuesday. And you keep this up, I'll make it a 70-minute class.
You would never.
Oh, I would. And then land in a low lunge. Find both legs, strong in both legs. Slowly lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Press the top of the foot and the back leg down. Find a comfortable position for the hips. You may need to wiggle and adjust so your hips are both comfortable. Fire up the front of the right hip. We're going to inhale as we reach up and lift. Exhale as we sweep down. So really mindful of that back knee. Both legs engaged. Left toes not gripping. Face soft. And then reach up. Send the hips slowly back towards the back knee. Find the back of the front leg. So find that position. Find what you can do to move and wiggle and adjust till you find your stretch point or your engagement in the back of the leg. Breathe. Remain on the mat. Remain with your leg. Staying with the experience. Slowly come forward. We're going to tuck the back toes. Lift up the knee. Low lunge. Inhale all the way up. High lunge. Slowly come forward.
I don't know. I just keep falling.
We're going to slowly come forward, lift up. Warrior 3. Hold, engage the right leg. Long, long, long. Breathe. Challenge your balance. And then lower the back foot, pyramid pose. So find comfortable legs first, comfortable feet, comfortable ankles and knees, and then find the back of the left leg. So you're trying to have an experience from the heel all the way up to the top of the left hip. Breathe. Maybe peel up the toes and challenge your balance. Slowly come on up. We're going to step forward. We're going to connect to our breath. Inhale up, arms overhead. Exhale, part to heart.
3 times. Bring your hands to prayer, mountain pose. Find your mountain pose. Find your feet. Wiggle your toes. Soft knees, ankles. Soft low back. Soft shoulders. Soft face. Maybe even close your eyes and really check in. What is present? In the next sequence, we're going to work our way towards a standing split. So for this practice, I'm going to practice down ceiling and not tell you what to experience in your standing split. So there are many things that we can experience in our standing split. Begin to move with your breath. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, prayer to heart. Either keeping it simple or bringing it up to the balls of our feet and lowering to a chair. So starting to think about what you might like to get out of a standing split. There are lots of things we can work towards in a standing split. Standing split can be a balance pose. It can be just working on opening up the back of the standing leg. It can be challenging ourselves for a pose. It's a challenge and having a little expression, a little prettiness, a little ego. So make a decision about what this pose is going to mean to you today. And then inhale up, swan dive down, touch the ground and forward fold. Let go. Let the tension out of your neck. Find a forward fold that works for you. Bend your knees, let your torso find your thighs. Hold here for a moment. Bring the weight onto the left leg. Slowly send the right leg up. So knee bent, pull it towards your stomach. You can hold on to a block to give you a little more space if you like to lift up. Bring your right leg in towards your stomach, curling in. You can even grab your right leg, curl in. This is actually called wind releasing pose for obvious reasons. Slowly release the right leg. Back to a regular forward fold. Let go. Reset. Slowly bend the knees. Let your torso find your legs. Weight onto the right leg. Bring the left heel towards the glute. Maybe even grab onto the leg. Breathe. Challenge your balance. And slowly return the left foot, regular forward fold. Bend both knees. Slowly send right leg back. Find low lunge. And low lunge here. Have an experience, play around. See if you can start to lift the torso up off the front leg a little. And then we're going to move towards our standing split. So we're going to come forward, bring all the way onto the left foot. Slowly pop up the right. So maybe here is where you stay. Maybe you start to bring your torso really close to this left leg, head coming towards the ground. You can hold a block. If you're challenging your balance, you're going to bring your left hand to your left leg first. You're going to bring your right hand to your left leg second. And if you're super sturdy and stable, you're going to close your eyes. If you are working on just opening up this front leg, you can hold on to a block. You can press into the block and really press into this back leg. So the more that front leg, the more that you press into the ground and pull up with the muscles of the leg, the more that you're going to have an experience in the back of the leg. So see what this pose is for you. Try to take the tension out of the neck. Have an experience. Slowly bend the front knee, bend the back knee, and lower back down. Low lunge. Nice and slow. And then we're going to step back forward fold. Find your forward fold. You only did one leg. You've got another leg. You knew that, right? We started late, so you can't tell when we're supposed to be stopping. And we're going to slowly step it back for a low lunge. On the other side, right leg forward, left leg back. Decide which experience you want to have, whether you're working on opening the back of your leg or working on balance.
Legs feel kind of nice.
Come forward to a standing split. So you're going to lift up left leg, and standing split can be just popping these left toes up. Doesn't have to be someone else's version of standing split. So if you're working on lifting this left leg and really engaging the right, engage both legs. Lift, 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 and get strong. If you're working on your balance, you're going to bring right hand to left leg, left hand to left. Rah! I'm saying wrong leg. Right hand to right leg, left hand to right leg, and maybe even close your eyes. Breathe. Feel the wobbles. Feel how much your body adjusts and moves. Have an internal experience. Breathe. Slowly lower the back foot down, low lunge. Step forward, forward fold. Let go. Bend the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms overhead. Exhale, purr to heart. Find your mountain pose. Notice what is present. Notice what is different. Feel your legs. Wiggle your toes. And then one more balancing pose sequence. So,
You're supposed to be done soon.
no, not even close. Nice try though. We're going to balance on the right leg first. Bring the left leg up. So, watch the hips. Watch for overcompensating. Pull this right hip in. Nice even hip. Strong through the core. Whew. Focus. Lift left leg nice and strong. So left leg strong. You can pull the knee in, hold, remain here. If you have a strap, you can use a strap here. So hold here. Lift, get really long. Try not to lock the standing leg so you're strong in the standing leg. Bring left leg forward. See if you can hold it. Breathe. Either holding on, opening up with knee bend, or if you'd like, reach for the foot. Open up. Slow, slow, slow. Woo. Breathe. Balance. Both legs active. If you would like to go for the challenge, you're going to bring your torso forward nice and slow, holding onto your leg, holding onto your thigh. Bring your torso forward. Slowly release the leg. See if you can hold.
Oh, my finger got tired.
And then slowly bring it forward all the way to warrior 3. See if you can bend the knee and reach for the foot.
Oh my god. Falling all over the place now.
See if you can release the foot without slingshotting, nice and slow. And then back to your feet, tap it out.
I've played this song like 6 times.
Windshield wiper, take your hands, washing machine, sorry, take your hands, left, right, swish, let go. And we're gonna do that whole sequence again. We're gonna see if we can entirely remain in the experience. And some things to think about. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, heart to heart. Some things to think about as we move through. Is one side easier than the other? And is it easier because we know where we're going? Because we already did one side. So just notice, check in, have an experience. So start to bring the weight onto the left leg, watching the hips, really strong in the stomach muscles. So you want to feel like you're pulling the hips towards each other and then the stomach in towards the spine. Right leg forward, lift it up, hold it strong first. Breathe. Option to pull the knee in towards the chest, holding in underneath, not on the kneecap. Strong leg. Breathe. See if you can hold it up still. Let go. Send the leg towards straight. See if you can hold it. Breathe. And then options for the next movement. Bend the knee, bring it open, holding on to the thigh, or reach for the toes. Lengthen the leg, open to the side. Breathe, lengthen. Yikes. Focus. Hold. And then if you're ready for the challenge, torso comes forward, bend in the standing leg a little bit. Lean, lean, lean. Hold. Release the foot. Hold. Reset if you need. And then slow as you can, send it through. Warrior 3. Bend the knee, reach for the foot. Lengthen. Slowly release the foot if you caught it. Go into stand.
It was almost good.
Tap it out. And then switch side to side. Let go. Clean out your space. Let go. Loosen. Soften. Come back to mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, swan. Dive it down. And then step back through plank. Lower the knees and come to a seat. So if you have your strap, get it handy. You don't need it, you don't have to have it. We're going to come on down to our backs, nice and slow. So land on your back. Feel what's present. We're going to work a little more with the back of the legs. We'll land on the ground. Notice. Both feet on the ground, knees up. Find your hips on the ground. And a couple of things to pay attention to. Notice if you're overly squishing the lower back into the ground and pushing out the natural curve in your back. So let your back soften. Find your rib cage on the ground and the hips on the ground and try to wiggle around until the hips are even. Keeping a teeny bit of engagement to keep the hips even. We're going to send the right foot up, and if you have a strap or a band, you're going to link it around your right foot. Once you get it on your right foot, you can just hold the leg. We're going to find the place where we can feel the back of the leg. So without stealing from comfort, safety, and all the things,
in our hips and in our low backs, particularly the sacrum area. So if we pull around and kind of pull and make sure we're looking for a split, sometimes we're so intent on getting to a shape that we're not being mindful about what might be going on in other places. So without stealing from anywhere else, find the back of your leg. So find the place where the back of your leg feels warm but is not screaming. From this position, you can lengthen the left leg, little teeny bend in the knee, press the heel down, and keep an eye on the left hip. So grounded left hip, grounded right hip. Find the back of your leg. Breathe. You can keep it static or you can move your leg around, having a slow and mindful stretch experience. Breathe and land on your mat in the room in this moment. Slowly release the right foot. Cross the right knee over the left and bring the knees in towards the chest. And you're looking for piriformis space on right side. Kaylee just up and left for her freaking stretch. I don't know how to process that.
Oh no!
This is her favorite stretch. I'm like, not sure how to process. What just happened? So, holding this. Holding the legs as they are. Watch the shoulders. Let the shoulders land on the ground. Now we're going to let the right foot cross the body and come to the ground on the other side. So a little bit of a twist. So let the right foot land on the ground and find a comfortable position that's opening up from the armpit on the right side to the hip. So you may need to adjust, you may need to wiggle. Things to watch for. Feeling it in the sacrum. So you don't want to feel any pinchy, any stabby, anything in the lower back or the sacrum. Trying to have a twisting experience and trying to compress the torso a little. And when we compress and twist the stomach area, we want to breathe nice and slow. Kind of using our breath to massage the space. Breathing in nice and full, even with that twisting experience. You can use your left hand to prop up this right leg if the twist is too much. Slowly bring the knees back through center, unravel. Both feet down, knees up, and take a side sway of the knees and the hips. Reset. Landing back on the mat. Staying here. In your practice, in the present moment. Notice as we slow, perhaps your mind starting to wander a little more easily. So bring your left foot up, wrap the band or strap, or just hold. Find the back of the left leg. Both hips grounded. And then find and have an experience, maybe pulling towards the nose, maybe moving the leg, trying to find the back of the left leg without stealing from the safety and comfort of any other part of your body. So check in even on the face. Are you straining in your face? Are you straining in your neck? Straining in your breath? Do you have a picture in your mind about how this shape should look? And without being mindful and without listening to your own body and it telling you what your own body shape, what your own body experience can and cannot do. You're stealing from yourself some of the experience of yoga. So think about that. Think about, are you going to a shape that somebody else's body can do that looks really pretty, that maybe yours cannot? And maybe yours cannot simply because of the way your bones are shaped. So getting to know your own body, having an experience in your own muscles, your own body shape, your bones, your breath, your holding patterns. Slowly release the left foot. Wrap the left knee over the right. Bring the knees in towards the chest, and you're looking for piriformis glute space on the left side this time. Breathe. Imagine that your breath being fresh energy. So you're breathing in fresh energy. It's transformed in our lungs and then it's sent all around the body. Imagine we could intentionally send it to places. And breathe in fresh energy and send it directly to this left glute space. And with the exhale, imagine we're sweeping away any tension, any tightness held here. Breathe in fresh. Release what's no longer needed. And then slowly let your shoulders both land on the ground. We're going to let the left foot come across the body and slowly towards the ground on the right side. So find the place where you can hold a twist that's comfortable. You're twisting in the stomach area. You're opening up the left rib cage area without stealing from any other place in the body. So get to know what is present in your body. Scan, look, check in. And get to know what's present in the mind too. Sometimes we get these ideals of shapes and our mind pushes our body before our body is ready or before we understand what is present. Nice, slow breath. Slowly unravel. Bring both feet to the ground, knees up, and take a side sway of the knees and hips. Nice and soft, nice and slow. Feeling your hips, feeling your legs. And we worked the back of the legs a lot, so we'll do a little somatic shaking for the legs. So bring the feet a fair distance away from the glutes, but nice and soft. So no gripping at the toes, no gripping at the legs. And we're going to just wiggle the legs as much as possible. So you can wiggle left and right. You can move back and forth, whichever works for shaking your muscles as much as possible. So shake your legs as much as you possibly can. Trying to get as many of the muscles in your legs and your hips kind of wiggling and wobbling. Loose, soft, let go. Imagine that your muscles are filled with tension and things that we don't need, and we're going to shake them out. We're just going to loosen and soften and let it all go. Imagine that you could just shake your body and shake out all of your worries. Imagine that you're just a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum and you get rid of all that energy that you cannot process. Shake it out, let it go. And then take a deep breath in, and with the exhale, sigh it out and let your body land wherever it lands. And when we've had that shake up and we land our body without thinking about it, it is a wonderful time to look in and see perhaps some holding patterns. So if when you landed, one foot is turned one way and one foot is turned another way, or the knees are in different positions, or the hips are different, it can tell you, it can help inform you perhaps where some of your holding patterns are. Wonderful opportunities to look in, to scan, to get to know. And then we're going to start to figure out where we might like to be for our resting pose. So make a decision about where you would like to be for your resting pose. Resting, meaning letting go. Loosening, softening, and landing into the ground. So, Savasana, the resting pose, the end of the practice, is often the hardest. For many, especially when we do group classes and when we're in group settings, many people have the desire to skip the Savasana at the end. This can be one of the hardest places to get to because now we get to sit with the mind. There's nothing else for us to pay attention to. We're not paying attention to moving of our muscles. We're not moving with our breath. We're trying to let go. So when we let go, what happens? The thoughts come in and we get to notice them again. So the practice of letting go is not forcing the mind into emptiness. So wanting to control the mind and create emptiness in the mind and get rid of the thoughts is still that struggle, that grasping, that trying to control your environment. Our mind fires. It's literally neurons in our brain firing constantly, trying to process our environment, trying to process what's going on in our body, what's going on around us. There's so much happening, and it is the mind's job to do that. So it's not that we come to the meditation to enforce more control, to fight a little more with our mind-body existence. So as you're starting to land on the mat, check in. Look for places where you're physically still holding tension. And it can be helpful to really move in a familiar pattern in your body each time that you come to this. So it can be helpful to start at the toes, look at your feet, look at your legs, or pick a pattern, pick a way around your body that you're going to check in, look for tension, look for muscle gripping. Send your awareness around your physical body. Remembering to soften the muscles of the face, soften in the mouth, soften around your breath. And then land in the mind. And notice what is present. Notice the patterns of the thoughts. Notice the common places that your mind wants to go to. And then, because today's practice is focusing on non-stealing and being in the present moment, as you're beginning to really let go, bring your memory back to the practice from the start. I am here now. And without bringing any more muscular tension, just bring that little mantra back into your mind. I am here now. I am here now.
And then begin to let go. When you're ready, let go of your mantra. Rest in. Let go and surrender into the ground, into the present moment experience. And whenever your mind pulls you off the mat, return, repeating softly, I am here now. If you have the time to take in this practice, please take as much time as you need. Just constantly and gently returning to I am here now. Gently reminding yourself to come back every time the mind or your environment pulls you away from present moment. Gently return. I am here now. If you need to finish up at the 60-minute mark, we are right about on the 60-minute mark. So begin to bring yourself back to physical body awareness. Wiggle the fingers and toes. And slowly make your way into a fetal position, whatever side is calling to you. Curling up in a ball. And then as you sit in a fetal rest in a fetal position, perhaps thinking about making your promise for not stealing from present moment awareness to carry throughout your day. So finding little moments of time where you can remind yourself to have a present moment experience, even if it's for a teeny moment. Life gets busy and we get distracted and we get swept away with the to-do list and things that are happening. We get swept away by the emotions, get swept away by all kinds of things. So we can take little moments to stop, make a familiar pattern, find our breath, and find present moment. So a suggestion for your practice throughout your day, whenever you feel like you're flitting away into past or future or stress, perhaps remembering I am here now and just doing it texturally, feeling it. I am here now with your fingers. Do it a couple of times and repeat it. See how it feels. See if it can help bring you into present moment, help bring you a little calm in the center of some stress, in the center of whatever else is going on. And then when you're ready, bring yourself to a seated position. Hands at heart space. And acknowledge your own inner wisdom. And then thinking just a little about how difficult it is to be present moment aware. And that it takes work, it takes practice. And then remembering how difficult it is to remember to be present moment aware, to remember to be compassionate with ourselves, to remember to be patient, to remember not to get swept away with the emotions. All of these things, it takes time, it takes practice. And it takes a lot of getting to know oneself. From this space, send out compassion to other people in our lives who also struggle with finding self-acceptance and patience, and finding their present moment awareness and their center. And may all beings be peaceful and at ease. Thank you for joining us.